Hi everyone. So Google Analytics is a tool that some of you may have heard of. Some of you may even have it installed on your website, but lots of you may well have it, but aren't fully sure of what you can actually do with it once it's there. So for those who don't know, Google Analytics is a free tool from Google that lets you see how people, one, find your website, and then two, interact with it once they're actually there. So how it works is it generates a unique bit of code that can then be inserted ideally into your website's header, so that it's then carried on to every page of your website and is done in a way that keeps the visual aspect of your website the same, so it can only be viewed in the source code. So one of the main things that Google Analytics is used for is that it gives you a wealth of data to analyze. One, how people find your website. So if they've come to you through the search engines, is that paid or organic, through social media, through email campaigns, or links from other websites. So in giving you that information, gives you a clear idea as to how your different sources of traffic are actually performing in delivering that to your website. So it could be that if you're getting lots of traffic through social media, you know that those posts you're putting out there are actually delivering people to your website. The same for search engines. If you can see you're getting an increase in your search engine traffic, you know that good things are happening there. But as I'm sure we're all aware, that the traffic is one thing, but if they're just coming to the website, aren't doing anything, come on one page and go, oh, this is a load of rubbish, and then leave straight away, that traffic's just been a total waste of time, which is where Google Analytics also lets you see what pages they go on, how long they're spending on the page, so it gives you a good idea of how they're finding the content on your website as well as how they got there. The final bit it lets you do is it lets you set up what's called goals. So this means that if you're looking for them to get in contact with you, you've got a contact form you want them to fill out. If once they've filled out that contact form, they then go what's called to a thank you page. So this page can only be accessed once they've hit the submit button and the details are sent through to yourself. They get a little page saying, thank you for your details, someone will be in touch with you shortly. It puts another bit of code on that page so that whenever that page is loaded, it records that as a conversion, as a goal, so that you can see how each of your traffic sources are performing in terms of delivering you the good quality meaningful traffic. And what it'll also let you do is not only see how they came to you that time that they converted, but you'll also be able to see all the times they came to your website. So it could be the bit that if they've done a search for you in the search engine, your company came up, they did a bit of research, bit of information, found you on social media, followed your social media platform, then they saw one of your posts and then came back to the website and thought, yeah, I've made my decision, this company's for me. It lets you see that both the search engine and the social media platform should be accredited really with that conversion, as they both played a part in getting that conversion to yourself. As I mentioned earlier, it's also great for monitoring how popular the content on your website is. So I know lots of us in the B2B world especially like doing blogs, like creating content like this, so that people can gain a better understanding, a better bit of knowledge about what exactly this company does. So what analytics lets you do is that content on your website, it lets you see how many people are actually looking at that particular blog, watching that particular video, and how long they spent on that page, which gives you a great indication of, one, are they interested in it, have they clicked on it, two, how long are they interacting with it for, is this content actually what they're looking for, or should we be doing something else? So analytics gives you all that fantastic data so that you can make the best kind of meaningful decision based on actual data as opposed to as opposed to just guessing and coming up with coming up with it on a whim. Final point I wanted to mention about analytics is that for those of you with search functions on the website, I'd imagine predominantly in kind of the e-commerce land, where you offer a wide variety of products and you get the user who comes on the website, searches for a camera, certain type of camera. You want to make sure it lets you find out what they're actually typing into the search bar. So this is great in letting you see the language that your customer's actually using when referencing to your product or services, so that you can then optimize for that content and make sure that what's coming up in the search results on your website is actually the most relevant thing to the thing that they've searched for. As I can't think of much worse than the customer does a search for something that you offer, but have used it in a different language yourself, so then think that you don't actually do something that you do. Be a very worst case scenario. So analytics lets you see how people are actually interacting with that search bar on your website. So to sum up, Google Analytics, what it lets you do is data-driven decisions around how people find your website, how people interact with it, so the content, the search bar, and then lets you optimize the content, the search, and lets you make good decisions based on the data as to which platform, which traffic source is the best one for you to focus on further down the line. So if you have any questions about analytics, how to get any of this implemented, or if you are using it and you want some more information about something I haven't covered, because it lets you do a ream of things that I could literally have a video that went on for hours going on about them all. If you have any questions about any of that, please do feel free to reach out.